Are you sick and tired of buying fertilizer for everything out there? Are you sick and tired of giving away your hard-earned money just to be in that same cycle the following year? Today we're going to show you how to get around all that. Man, there are so many things on the farm I love doing, and one of them is dealing with the trees especially in this permaculture orchard that we have flanking on each side of the driveway. Got a nitrogen fixer. Here we got an apple. Look at this peach. Another nitrogen fixer. These are black locusts, but we do have others out here as well. False indigo and a few others. Over here we got an apple. Does it look wonderful? Well, you might think at first, no it doesn't. But let me tell you why this thing is going off the charts, or at least the reasons why I believe it is. But before we get over here, y'all, we literally take, what, 2-3 steps, we're off the road. I'm gonna put these down for a moment. And then good night, heavens to Murgatroyd, look at this. That's what I'm talking about. Look at the set of blueberries on this. For the last couple of years, it's been, I think I can. And then finally, in the beginning of this third year, these guys, because this is starting to become a seriously fungal system over here, we'll talk about that in future videos. All these things that are helped by that are blowing up. Let's get back to this apple. But in the meantime, as I get over here, let me make sure I don't step on these strawberries, which are basically invasive at this point. Good night. Look at this. I mean, they're all over, y'all. I mean, you cannot walk in here. We had 65 gallons before we stopped counting last year. We got at least well over 200 gallons, I think, so far. But, sorry, keep getting off the point because I see strawberries and I just stepped on a couple. Okay, so we got an apple tree here, right? And we're talking about fertilizer. So this is what I love about a permaculture system, especially a food forest, because it'll be on pretty much autopilot before too long. This apple tree, if I didn't constantly prune it back, I'm telling you this thing would be 25 feet tall right now. Of all the trees we put out here, we did a few experiments along the way. Every single tree, and this is just one of many, every single tree that is in the same hole as a nitrogen fixer, which in this case is a black locust, has exploded, absolutely exploded. I mean, the growth is off the charts. And this thing, as you can see, it's still wanting to be very, 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 very vegetative. But let's get back to this fertilizer thing. So first of all, there'll be those out there. I got this idea initially from Toby Hemingway when he came out with Guy's Garden of putting a nitrogen fixer in the same exact hole as your productive or your fruit tree, okay? Well, I've done that. And this ain't the first place we've ever done it. Every place we've ever done it, the growth is on another level. But then it also gets to the point where you're gonna have to do a little maintenance, which we could call fertilizer. Let me show you how we do that. So in this same hole, I'll just kind of pull it back, but I gotta be careful because it is a black locust. We go to apple right over here, okay? Very close proximity, we got this. In fact, in the same doggone mulching in the hole. In close proximity to that, what do we got? Star of the show over here. Comfrey, all the way around me. So why do we never have to fertilize out here? I'm going to show you. Well, first of all, you want to try to select, if you're going to stick them in the same hole, you want to try to select things that are not nitrogen or that are not black locust. Reason for that is black locust, one of its many great virtues is that it's reluctant to break down. Now, I did find out that when it's very green like this, it will break down. But once it gets woody, hold on to your hat. So I'm going to coppice this all the way to the ground, and I'm going to stick it over here out of the way. I'm just going to line them up over like this. Now, that false indigo, which is what I basically switched over to, false indigo is what I'm starting to use now when I stick them in the same hole. And the reason why, I know for sure that thing's gonna break down. But like I said, black locust, when it's green like this, it usually breaks down quite well. So we're just gonna stick them off to the side like this. And then we got a little bit coming out of the back. Not a big deal. And keep in mind that these systems aren't always gonna be entirely perfect, because every once in a while you're gonna find a weed up in there and you're gonna have to get rid of it. Or do you wanna get rid of it? So I got my black locust and weeds and everything piled up over here. Now, here's the mulch rig, okay? Doesn't look bad. And I can see that, you know, the fungus is having a field day breaking this down. That's what I want to see. That's exactly what I want to see. So Here's how we handle our mulch. And this is why in the permaculture system, you want things in the, when I say close proximity, it all depends on what it is you're doing. Look, I am efficient to a fault, okay? I'll admit that. But I'm efficient. And to be efficient means that I need my stuff close to me. So that's exactly why this Comfrey is situated where it is. So I'm gonna cut it off and I'm gonna throw it down. Now, I will warn you, if you have bees like we have, and you take all that Comfrey at once, if you don't responsibly harvest it, they're gonna light you up like a doggone Christmas tree. I kid you not. So I got some Comfrey here. Oop, look at that, got Comfrey over here. By the way, y'all, we got this rice knife. We got some back on the website if you want them. A couple of different colors. And yeah, they're there. So, hey, also on the other side of this, look at that. Another black locust. I could probably take it out with this rice knife. There we go. Put it over there. And then I'm just gonna, look, I'm not more than 2 steps away from that main tree. More Comfrey. More Comfrey. More Comfrey. Okay. So, remember, Comfrey. Dynamically, it's a dynamic accumulator, meaning that it's going down in the earth, taking all those minerals, everything you want. We've gone on and on about this. So for those that are new, this is how we're going to use it today. So that's the first layer in our mulch ring all the way around here. Like I said, there was wood initially. We ain't doing that no more. We don't have to. And then literally take your nitrogen fixer and whatever else you got around there. And like I said, I got to be really careful because there's little thorns on here. But like I said, this stuff will break down when it's small like this. So we're not going to let it get much bigger than that. And of course, this fruit tree is going to need some serious pruning. That's a wrap. I'm dead serious. And we're replicating what nature would do, where the leaves fall and everything else makes that litter on the ground. This is exactly what's going to happen. So we got worm food, we got microbe food all up and down this thing. I see a bunch of yarrow over here. It ain't going to mind being plucked up. I mean, there's plenty of it. But keep in mind, when you do this sort of thing, make sure your precipitation is over your evaporation. That's the best time to do this stuff. Although with a black locust, it really doesn't even matter when you do it. So you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead, slinky on around here, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this yarrow, which by the way, sheep absolutely love. This is why in permaculture, your zones are of profound value. Think about this. Do I want to go all the way across the acreage to go get the stuff I need? Negative. Think of what I did. I just cleared up this whole area around here. I'll deal with this at another time. That's really not our focus today. But every one of these trees all up and down here are situated exactly the same way for really a couple of reasons. In terms of preparedness, which I can't talk enough about these days. In terms of preparedness, these are things you don't have to go seeking. You don't have to drive anywhere to get. In terms of fertility, you ain't gonna find much better than this. All your worms, your microbial life, the whole soil food web is all down in there. And we're giving them more food to eat. You dig? All that Comfrey that's sitting around here bioaccumulates all that stuff. It's gonna be brought down into the earth. Look, y'all, I know a lot of weird stuff is going on in this world right now. And it's things like this, solutions like this that we have really got to focus on. Whether it's feeding your trees or feeding your animals, we got to put a higher emphasis on it. So I only got about, 300 more to do. And good thing the sun's shining. Getting plenty of vitamin D today. Beautiful day after all this rain and everything. But yeah, so right here in close proximity, strawberries, blueberries, black locust, yarrow, Comfrey, all of it situated right where you need it. How cool is that? All right, y'all, you need anything from us, whether it's the rice knife, ain't gonna be selling those strawberries, so I know people are reaching out for that. We're freeze drying them day and night. Won't be selling any of those or the blueberries because we're gonna have a bumper crop of those. But if you need Comfrey, bone sauce, world's best deer repellent, all that stuff, go check us out at the website. Till next, oh, and don't forget, Permaculture Pimpcast, where PIMP stands for Permaculture is my passion. Go check it out. Till next time, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm, where permaculture is my passion. We'll see you next time.